everyone, and welcome back to the 30-day Positive Behaviour for Home, PB4Home 30-day course, and we'll get straight into it. We're going to talk today about some really, really important things that's very hard to compress into 3 or 4 minutes, but we're going to do our best. Firstly, I need to explain how positive behaviour support is kind of framed. So if you look at this picture, what you'll see is that it's a multi-tiered system of support, it's called. So what it means is that you set up universal supports, which is the green bit. And what that means is that you're setting up the system and the environment to give the best chance that you can get the behaviour that you are seeking. Sometimes, and that can work anywhere around 80% of the time if it's set up really well, much higher. Sometimes you need to give people additional supports for things, and sometimes you need to give people a lot of support. But the idea is, and the evidence says, if you have the green in place, if you have that preventative, explicit clarity, consistency, then you're going to have far more success with getting and seeing the behaviour that you want. So that's called a multi-tiered system of support. And you can learn more about that by clicking the link there or the link in the video comments. So know that we're working mainly in the green space, because that's the most important space to get the biggest positive behaviour effect when you're thinking about behaviour. Really important. Consistency and predictability is super important. So the other thing we're going to talk about today is how behaviour occurs. So you may have, and I'm going to simplify it because we're doing short videos, you may have seen an ABC chart, you may not have. And what it means is, if you look at this, that behaviour occurs because something triggered the behaviour, an antecedent, and then something happens after the behaviour, which makes the behaviour likely to recur or not. So if you think about it, if there's a little baby and the baby wakes up in the night and is hungry, so hunger is the antecedent. Hunger is the trigger for the behaviour of crying. So the baby cries and the baby gets fed. That's the ABC. The antecedent is hungry. The behaviour is crying. The consequence of crying is that the baby got fed, got attention and got fed. It's really good to know, because what it makes you understand is that there's things that trigger behaviour, and what happens after the behaviour is super crucial to whether the behaviour will occur or not. When you start your car, if you've got a key car, you know that when you turn the key, that the consequence is the car will start. And because it happens every time, almost every time, you keep repeating that behaviour. If I rewired your car so that instead of turning the key, you had to touch the roof, and then you learnt that, I can almost guarantee that once you learnt that when I press the roof, the car will start, you will stop turning the key and you'll start pressing the roof, because what you're after is the consequence after the behaviour. The behaviour gets you the consequence. So if the consequence is attention, and the person gets attention for that behaviour, they're going to do it again. So it's really powerful to know, because we can change and manipulate the consequence bit, and we're going to teach you some strategies to do that. So if someone's doing something negative for attention and we withdraw the attention and do something else, that's likely to make the behaviour not occur anymore. And we're going to teach you those strategies later on for that. So today it's just about understanding that there is antecedent, there is behaviour, and there is the consequence to behaviour. So as you're looking around in your world today, this is a bit of a longer video, but it's a lot to cover. The rest should be shorter. When you're looking at people who are behaving in a way that you maybe don't like, think about what it is they're getting. What is the consequence? If someone storms out of a room, maybe it's because they want quiet and they just have gotten the quiet in a way you don't like. If they cause a fuss, maybe it's because their behaviour wants attention, and attention is super, super common, especially for teenagers. And tomorrow we're going to talk about the motivations, the consequences that people get. What are those things? Thanks for listening. We'll talk tomorrow about motivators for behaviour.